When you think of Saints Row, what game do you usually think of? Probably this one.
That looks like it healed nicely.
Be
Oh
careful,
my
doctor.
god.
Your patient's dangerous.
Look at him.
You got anything you want to say to the judge, you better start thinking of it now.
Oh
wasting
mate,
your
I
time.
don't think he
Let's get
wants to
hold of
say
Troy.
anything. However, we are not platinum in that one today, ladies and gentlemen, because we are platinum in Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. That means getting all 46 trophies. This includes completing the game, completing side activities, finding all the collectibles around the map, completing an absolutely ridiculous amount of challenges, and spending 20 hours in total on the game. This is how I got the platinum trophy for Saints Row Gat Out of Hell.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a
Platinum.
man so exceptional that the divine hosts of heaven and hell were forced to take note. A man
Platinum.
dangerous enough to bring Satan to his knees, but selfless enough to make God himself raise an eyebrow. How did this come to pass? Well, it all began at a very special birthday party for a very special young lady.
So the game starts off sometime after the events of Saints Row 4, with the President and the rest of the Saints celebrating Kinsey's birthday. They decide to have a party and play some games. However, those games end up with everyone gathered around a Ouija board, and to their surprise, they actually get an answer. However, I'm assuming it's not the answer they were hoping for. The President gets sucked through a portal into hell, and after getting the Ouija board to finally, well, cooperate, Johnny and Kinsey decide to head into hell in order to save the President. We take control of our characters for the first time, and our first objective is to head to the Altor Tower and find Dane. Dane reveals to us that he isn't responsible for what happened, but it was actually down to Satan, the dirty dog. Basically, he wanted the President to marry his daughter, and in order for us to stop him, we first need to gain his attention. He gave us some helpful advice and some new supernatural powers like the ability to super sprint and the ability to fly, and with that, we unlocked our first trophy of the game. After obtaining our new abilities, it was time to go and make some new friends to help us take down Satan, the first of them being Blackbeard, and on our way there, we unlocked another trophy. We eventually get to Blackbeard, and either this guy is an imposter or he's lost his touch because his ship is under attack from imps and he isn't doing anywhere near enough to defend it. You could literally kick these guys, I mean look how small they are. So, like the good guy we are, we help Blackbeard get rid of the pests, and he eventually rewards us with the ability to summon our own imps to help him battle. After rescuing Blackbeard, it was time to meet Shakespeare, and it's safe to say he should have stuck to writing plays because his DJ work definitely needed some skills, and after killing it on the dance floor, the demons couldn't take any more of my hot moves, and we gained Shakespeare's respect. He rewards us with a new power, and we get on our way. With Shakespeare now on our side, it was time to head to the prison, get Vlad, and get our third power. And I have to say, the prison he was being kept in had some seriously questionable activities to take part in. He, as well as several other demons and terrifying looking toys, seemed to be in some kind of trance where they were stuck singing nursery rhymes, and no one should have to put up with that. So we help the guy out, and in return, he gives us our third power. What you're seeing here is pure desperation for getting a trophy. I sat here for a good 10 minutes constantly summoning imps for it to not work, and then finding out later that it was actually an upgrade that I needed. But yeah, you'll see that later. I purchased a few upgrades for my powers, and one of these was the ability to knock things out of the way when I was sprinting. So using my new ability, I decided to knock a vehicle into lava for my next trophy. And less than a minute later, we got our next trophy for collecting 100 soul clusters. Now it was time to go and rescue the twins Kiki and Viola. Similar to the last three allies, we had to clear the area of demons one wave at a time, and once that was out of the way, they granted us our fourth power. After recruiting our allies and retrieving all of our powers, I decided I was going to take a well-earned rest and set off to look for a nice place to relax. I didn't find what I was looking for, but I did find a lovely chair with miniguns and rockets attached to it, so this will do just fine. This is one of the 7 deadly weapons, and we need to get 25 kills with each for another trophy, so now we could start working towards that. Now, because of how short the story is on this game, this was basically it for the main story. We literally just have to do enough activities to get Satan's attention, and that's it. So I thought, seeing as we have all 4 powers, now was a good opportunity to just go around the map, collect soul clusters, collect all the tomes, collect the commentaries, as well as start knocking out some of the miscellaneous trophies, the vast majority of activities, and getting most of the challenges out of the way. So the very first thing that I was going to do was take a quick trip down to the ocean of lava so we could unlock 2 trophies. We were airborne for a total of 10 minutes for another trophy. We brought our first character upgrade for yet another trophy. And then we got the Nailed It trophy for getting 100 kills with God's Hammer. And after doing some more activities, we were treated to perhaps one of the best musical performances I think I've ever heard.
If roles were reversed, God, I know they'd save me, but all my solutions involve murder sprees.
Okay, so I've just bought the upgrade to Wall Run, and now if we head in here and hit this ceiling, we should get a trophy. So let's give it a go. We've got to do it 10 times. And there we go. Nice. Raise the roof. Smack into the ceiling 10 times while wall running. Nice. Next we flew continuously for 60 seconds for the Transcontinental trophy. We took down a Spire's missile with Stone Blast for another trophy. Woohoo, yes, there we go. Top Gunner. Shoot down a Spire missile with a blast while hovering. Nice. That's out of the way, that's done and completed. Like the majestic phoenix we are, we flew for 500 meters while on fire for yet another trophy. Yes, Shooting Star. Flying 500 meters while on fire. Nice. And then to change things up so I wasn't just going trophy after trophy after trophy, I went for another trophy. I found a bike, stored it in a safe place, cleared the enemies, and then we took over an extraction facility with a motorbike for the Terminal Hog trophy. Now, what do Saints Row and Assassin's Creed have in common? Nothing except this reference. We headed over to the Queen Anne's Revenge and stood on the tallest mast for the Saints Creed trophy. Shortly after joining the Assassins, I found some imps who said they wanted to suck me dry, although what I thought they were offering and what I got was 2 completely different things. Now, this next trophy, at least at the time, was deceivingly difficult. Previously on other Dukes, my melee attacks did so little damage, and by the time it actually connected, the Duke had already slapped me across the room, so I had to resort to taking his health down with a gun, and then finish him off with the old 1-2. We then fully upgraded one weapon to the max for the Devil's Due trophy. Only 20 minutes had passed and I was already craving another one, so at this point I decided to get stoned. Now, remember earlier on in the video I told you I sat there and wasted 10 minutes trying to get a trophy and it didn't work? Well, after remembering to pick up the upgrade, I can now detonate my own imps, allowing me to get the Imp Fanticide trophy. I then used my newly upgraded imps to kill 100 demons for the Purple Demons trophy. Now, these next two trophies required the use of a comet. Basically, comets have a diversion called balls of fire, which you can start by pressing triangle. You then have to get as far as you can without hitting anything, otherwise you will blow up. This is actually needed for an in-game challenge, but what makes it difficult is that this can randomly start on its own, and NPCs have the ability to basically start it as well. Now for the first trophy, we need to drive one of these into the lobby of the Altar Tower. It doesn't need to be on fire, the car just needs to be inside. Sounds easy, but when you don't have complete control of your car, it can turn a 30-second trophy into a 10-minute trophy. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. The second trophy was significantly easier. We just had to car surf a comet while it explodes. So throughout the game we've been picking up some of the 7 deadly weapons. One of these was the armchair from earlier, which we used to get the Sloth Love Chunk trophy for getting 250 kills with the essence of Sloth. We then used Ark of the Covenant, and after ghostbustering some demons, we eventually get the Shut Your Eyes trophy. So you may have noticed that I switched to Kinsey a little while ago. That was because we need to play as both Gat and Kinsey for 2 hours each for the Seraphim and Cherubim trophy. And soon after we get the Footprints in the Sand trophy for killing 150 demons with the Stomp power. So while getting those other trophies, we've been clearing out many of the activities that can be found around the map. This ranges from Mayhem to Torment Fraud, and at this point we have completed all activities in 2 districts and we are rewarded with another trophy. After doing that, I now had a new element for each one of my powers. Now it was time to change each element in order to get the My Dear Watson trophy. Next we headed over to a Torment Fraud, and this time we were aiming to get the Let's Bounce trophy. Now if you guys have played this game and specifically played Torment Fraud, you will know that this is so much harder than it needs to be. 90% of the time the roads are almost completely empty, and the other 10% the cars you're landing on are exploding, and that completely takes up your screen so you can't see the others. After about 10 minutes though, we eventually get the trophy. I then decided to take my frustration from the previous trophy out on some of the local demons, and after setting them on fire to try and burn away the evidence, we get the Oxymoronic trophy. So my friend ended up downloading the game as well, and it was mainly to help me get this trophy, and he actually ended up getting the platinum for the game as well. Bearing in mind, this was his first time he had ever played it. So there you go, I guess you're getting 2 platinums for the price of 1, even though you're not kind of paying anything. Anyway, absolutely mad respect for the help, mate. I honestly really do appreciate it. And after 3 hours of co-op, we end up getting the Double Trouble trophy. For the next trophy, we needed to fly from the roof of Snowball's Chance all the way to the roof of Cinderpole HQ without landing for the Epic Flight Quest trophy. Boom. Epic Flight Quest, yeah, we done it. Down here, mate. Did you got it, yeah? Yes, nice. So, while I was recording this session, for some reason the audio came out sounding like it was being held underwater almost, so for the next few trophies I've had to add the sound effect in so it's not weird. Yeah, sorry guys. But at this point, we was a fair few hours into the game, and believe it or not, we actually completed all of the activities around the map. All that was left for me to do was now face Satan, and then we will have fully taken over the city, and at that point, beat the game. Heading over to do that, we get the Fly You Falls trophy for flying 250,000 meters. Now the time had come. It was time to face Satan and save the president, which turned out to be surprisingly easy.
Hey, Satan. You want to get out of here?
I can't believe that worked.
No, I'm joking. He saw that his demons had been doing so well against me all this time before, so he got some more to try and kill me. They were no match for Johnny and Kinsey. Satan was shocked to see his plan didn't work, and now it was his turn. And we had a bit of a boss fight on our hands, but I wasn't prepared to let this guy stop me from getting the platinum. It took a bit of time, but with a lot of rockets and with a swift right hook, we bring Satan to his knees. And with that, we unlock the double hockey sticks trophy. Now we had saved the president, Kinsey and Jezebel, but we was lacking one key character. You see, we have been given a choice on how we want Johnny's story to end. Yes, there are multiple endings in this game. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of the Saints finding a new homeworld or even Johnny becoming the king of hell, but he changed after Aisha died, so we gotta do this guy a favour and let him see her again. With Satan defeated and Johnny's story coming to an end, we unlock the Satan Punches trophy. With the game beat and no more activities to do, it was time to now grind out all of the remaining challenges and get the last few miscellaneous trophies. But before I did that, I collected our final soul cluster in the game for the Soul Drain trophy. And then we picked up our final tome for the Book of More Man trophy. We then used our final deadly weapon to complete the kill challenge, but to also unlock the 7 deadly weapons trophy for getting 25 kills with each of the 7 weapons. We then used the soul clusters that I collected earlier in order to purchase all 113 upgrades for our powers for the Fell from Heaven trophy. We killed 25 Archdukes for the Hazardous Dukes trophy. Throughout the game, we have been looking for potential barnstorming spots. These are kind of like stunt jumps, but for flying. So after flying around through and under anything and everything I could find, we eventually unlock the Barn Burner trophy. Now throughout the game I spent most of my time using weapons. Yeah, I had powers and they were pretty OP, but I knew there were a lot of challenges that required kills with weapons, so I completely neglected to remember that I needed 1000 kills with a combination of powers in order to get the Plague of Gat trophy. So I sat here for a good hour in my favourite grind spot, repeatedly killing the same group of demons again and again until eventually the trophy popped. Now I had one challenge remaining, that was to destroy one more Centipole tank, and then we will have completed all 101 challenges for the King of Hell trophy. Now this was it, ladies and gentlemen, the final stretch was upon us. We now had about 7 hours to waste before unlocking our final trophy and getting that glorious platinum. Now remember I told you my friend was also platinum in this game? Well, to make time go by a bit faster, I did what any good friend would do and help my mate get it done himself. Now it doesn't look like there's a lot of helping going on, however I did help throughout the game, but at this stage he was on challenge cleanup as well, so there wasn't a lot I could do, as he needed all of the kills, so me killing enemies as well would have just made it longer for him. My heart was racing. All this time spent on this game was about to come to an end, and with the 20-hour mark getting closer and my platinum within hand's reach, we finally hit the 20-hour mark and obtained our final trophy and that delicious platinum. Ah, boys, she's close, she's got 30 seconds left. Oh my god, this is scary. I'm worried. I don't know what's going to happen as I'm worried it's going to glitch out. What's going to happen when it hits 20? 10 seconds. Ooh. No, I keep going into the pause mode and watching it. Come on, any second now. I'm expecting it. Oh my god. There it is. There's one trophy. Come on. Come on. And there's the platinum. Oh, mate, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at her. Absolutely gorgeous.
This
Beautiful.
is good for the soul.
Could not have asked for a better one. Well, I could have, but... Now guys, if you made it this far, then thank you. Not only is the platinum beautiful, but you are. Yes, all of you that made it this far, absolutely beautiful. Stunning. Gorgeous. I promise. I love you all. Now, playing this game again for the first time since release was actually a really enjoyable and fun experience. The gameplay felt more like classic Saints Row than it did back then, apart from the powers of course, and the comedy was, to be fair, spot on. I remember when this game had first come out, I was already sour about how far astray Saints Row 4 had gone, and then when they released this and I played it, I still had that sour feeling that just carried over to this game. Since then we've had Agents of Mayhem, which granted isn't a Saints title but is in the same universe, and we've had the Saints Row reboot game, which to say was disappointing is an understatement. And I think that really helped me appreciate this game more. Yeah, sure, it is out there for Saints Row. Yeah, sure, it's not Saints Row 2, but it is at its core an enjoyable and mostly engaging experience. Very short-lived experience if you're playing through this purely for the story, but if you're going for the platinum, I'd say you're in for a treat. There are games that I've platinumed that has felt like an absolute chore, and I went into them with nothing but love for them. This was completely different, and I'm so happy I gave it another chance. And with that guys, it brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know down below if you did by smashing that like button, sharing this video around, and letting me know in the comments down below. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything I upload. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.